Okay, so for this daily sketch we have these beautiful hair locks. Number 13, art 1. Okay, I don't care about the face. I'm just going to do an oval. You can make it look as ovalish, however you want to do it. Let me fix this. And then the hair. So hair usually starts a bit down the head. She's got this sweeping bang thing happening, and it curls. I'm not going to worry about facial features or the neck. We just want to get the main outline of the hair. And there's kind of sections that we want to focus on, so I'm going to draw the sections in. It doesn't need to be exact to what this image is that we're looking at, but closer is better to understand how they do the value. And hair can be really cool when you're drawing hair if you shade it correctly. When the values are on, when you have highlights and contrasting areas, it can look, oh, I'm so sorry, I was off the page. It can look really, really awesome. Okay, she's got the mumps or something. Okay, so what I'm going to do, this pencil's a little wider tip, so I'm going to just switch to a sharper tip pencil. I'm going to use a 4B. So what I do when I'm looking at hair is I look at the areas of dark versus light. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to shade in quickly, because this is just a sketch study, so it's not going to be exact, but I'm going to just shade in quickly the dark sections. And hair, usually you go like up and back, if that makes sense, because it's not going to be a straight line. But there are streaks of light color that happen. And so what I'm trying to do now is just really shade in the really obvious dark areas in sections, not by strand. And you can do it by strand, but it's very meticulous and takes some time. And you really need to look at the hair often. If I just start scribbling, that looks a little wonky. Then I'm going to shade in areas that were meant to be highlights. So I want to be careful not to go too fast. And the hair isn't going to be messy, so I need to watch my edges because it's smooth. And if I get too wispy here, so I think I'll just do this section for a minute to show you. Okay, so I've highlighted, or I've shaded in the really dark sections. Okay, now I've got medium tones, and I can take just my regular HB pencil for this, or keep the 4B, and I want to shade in the direction of the hair. And I'm very careful to still leave these nice, strong highlights. But now I'm really taking the time to do the hair in the right direction. Because I did get a little scribbly there. And that's just a really quick example of how to get those highlights and shaded areas. I can go back in with my eraser, and usually the highlight, because the hair is bending this way, it's like shading a sphere. The highlights are going to hit on the object in the same area. Hair has lots of craziness to it sometimes, so but the main area of highlight should be in this section. Okay, and I'm just going to go, and you guys in the class can start shading, but I'm just going to fill in the long part of the hair on this side so we can see. And usually it is darker towards the roots. And then when your hair bends out, that's when the light catches it. But what's cool about this drawing is the chunks, the chunked areas of darks, mediums, and lights. So you really want to create those chunked areas, and don't shade them where there's just a big stripe. That doesn't look as interesting. What I like what this artist has done is the hair falls, like I said, it's just these sections, and so you want to shade those sections because that's naturally how hair will fall and highlight in real life. So and a sharper tip pencil is going to help too to get those areas of wispy line work that you need. And I've seen some really cool ink work on hair. And it's not as time consuming with ink as you'd think it might be. Now it's really good, I'm right-handed, to work from the left to the right. I started from the right side, now I'm getting smudgy over here, so be careful not to do that. Let's put her ear on this side. My pencil's getting a little dull, so it's getting these thick edges that I'm not loving, but the pencil sharpener's so far away, you guys. Okay, and I'm not going to finish it all the way just for time, so maybe I'll erase some of this below here. There you go.